Is it okay if I can ask you something? On this? Can I ask you a quick question? The one with the starry eyes, is it the one I took a photo of? Is this you? So is this what Ed really looks like? Let's find out. So with our tests that we did last night with the ITC water theory and also with smoke ITC as well, we managed to capture some really interesting images that you saw in the last video that if you haven't seen, I'll just throw up a few on the screen now. Now when we was taking the pictures, we saw many interesting faces, different shapes, variations. Now this is one of the first few times we've ever tried this kind of experiment, but I think it was a pretty good success, and going along with validations from Spirit as well, that I really do suggest if you are going to do sessions like this when you're doing water ITC or smoke ITC, fire ITC, then definitely try and get your validations either during the session or at least after the session, and try and get really hardcore validations that Spirit did show themselves. And even if you hold up the photo to whatever device you're using and say, is this you? And carry on asking the same questions and try and get to the bottom of it, then you can come up with validations. So anyway, what I've got here in front of me is I've got same setup as what I did, is that we have a pan of water. Now personally I like to use the pan because it's got a black interior, and plus there's not much reflection on it either, which is good, and plus I'm going to switch these lights off that have above me, so we're only going to have those. And also got the crystal ball or the lens ball and a small little bit of water in this jar right here. Now I've got this set of lights over here which I'm going to use again. Switch this on. So you got this one which I quite like. I quite like the blue light that's on it, because I think blue light is probably one of the best ones to use, especially if you're using things like these. Now you can either do different kinds of things like above or to the side. Well, you gotta kind of play around with it and see what works for you, but also do your best to try and ask questions as you're doing it, as you're agitating the water. Ask your questions and take your pictures while the water's still agitated. Ask your questions, try and be as direct as you can. Let Spirit know of your instructions and what exactly you are expecting of them, and also try and do a meditation and focus beforehand. So that's what I suggest to you. So with that, I'm gonna slip off for 20 minutes and do my meditation and a focus, and see if I can make contact with any spirits tonight. Ed, can you confirm, was it you that I saw earlier in the water? What's your name?